When you came to my class, Ray, you said something that almost brought a tear to a gangster's eye when I was back there watching you speak to the students. At that time, I was 36.
I remember.
And you was talking about when you turned 36 and what it was about that number that something clicked for you.
Yeah.
Can you hit that again for those that don't know one that are witnessing?
It goes back to the 10-year thing. In order to be professional at anything, you need to put in at least 10,000 hours. It usually takes 10 years to put in 10,000 hours. I was in the music industry. I really got in when I was 25. So 25 to 35, I was just really putting hours surviving.
Yes.
But in those hours, I learned lessons. Bruh, I could tell you one of the most important lessons after this, but I learned lessons. And the thing that when you get to a certain point, like you are a teacher.
Yeah.
I'm a coach and a teacher too. You figured out I can teach one classroom or I can teach the world.
Facts.
You do both, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what makes it even doper, because I'm going to talk to y'all, but I'm going to do the micro and the macro. So for me, I think when I got to the age of 36, I started hanging around other people who let me realize, and this is a key I always tell people, if your problems are big to you, take them to somebody who they're small to. Like big. So when I got around that age, I started hanging around 34, 35, 36, 34 really. I started hanging around a good friend of mine, Dr. Luke, and who's almost a billionaire. And when you start looking at how he looked at my problems, it made you really realize this ain't shit. Because they're always gonna be problems for anybody you have. Some people are worrying about keeping the lights on in their house.
Yeah. Some
people are worried about keeping the lights on in their office. If they worry about keeping the lights on in their office, more than likely the house is okay.
Yeah.
Some people worry about keeping the lights on in them buildings.
Yeah.
It's just how you see the world, right?
Yeah.
So for me, that was around the age where I started understanding, I started realizing that my problems are only big to me because I'm hanging around small-minded people. I need to be around big-minded people. I need to be around people who, that's like if somebody came to me and say, hey, Ray, my trouble is I can't find such and such. I'm like, that's all you need?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'll make a phone call. Hey. And all of a sudden it goes away. Hang around people who see your big problems as small problems. But then when you hang around those people, help them solve their problems.
Facts.
And they can't wait to help you solve yours. So to get back to it, I think I was in my 10,000 hours. I did, and I think that I just figured out that I belonged. And once I figured that out, I felt safe in it. It's hard to feel safe in this business. You know that. I mean,
I didn't feel safe till I started my own.
Andre 3000 said it the best. If you don't move your feet, then I don't eat. You know,
on.
And like your business is to serve. I think I also figured out a lot. I smartened up. Like I wanted to learn first how to make hit records. That's all I cared about. Like I said, when I was with LA, I wasn't asking about business. I was asking about music. I was asking about choices. Like Sylvia, why did you pick Busta Rhymes? And she was like, and then, you know, LA, why'd you sign Travis Scott? And he tell you like this why. And you start realizing, And then once I started elevating around 2015 is when we taught your class, it started hitting me. I need to understand the business because cool is going, I mean, you know, you could always be cool as an older black man. I mean, but Russell Simmons is nowhere near as cool today as he was 30 years ago when he was the CEO of Def Jam. It's just, you elevate, you got kids, you start realizing what's important, you know, you become a daddy, that becomes more important than anything else. You know, so once you start realizing, okay, cool, I know what's cool, and I'm always stay tapped into that. I'm always know what to wear, I'm always know the chain, I'm always know the right watch, but I wanted to know the business. And I started feeling more safer because I started understanding the economics of the business. And I'm learning every day. Everything I learn, I take it and teach my team. Once you start understanding the problems you're solving, bro, you can't lose.
Billboard had to quote you on a whole letter that you put out as a black executive. What has that been like for you being a black executive, trying to explain to people the culture and how to navigate through it? You know,
I never looked at what I said as controversial. I looked at what I said as enlightening because I never said my opinion. Like one thing you'll learn about me is that I'm never going to speak to you subjectively. I'm always going to speak to you objectively. I'm always going to give it to you from a standpoint where you understand like it's like B.I. It might take me 10 hours to 10 minutes to take a shower, but B.I.'s like, well, it takes me 15. Why? I have dreads. Oh, damn. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
How long does it take to take care of that? Now you're enlightening me. You're not basically making me feel like shit because I don't have dreads. I have dreads and you don't. So the letter to me was that. It was like, how can I educate my peers on the black experience without anonymously, because it wasn't about Ray. Ray has built his own, and I've established myself, and I feel like you never know what you mean to the world until you step out, and a lot of us kind of like so busy working that we don't understand the importance of ourselves to the world, and I don't think I have figured that out yet, being honest, you know, but you know, for me, just understanding, man. Just I wanted to help them understand who we were, what we're told. I didn't talk to anybody about it. I just gave my experience. But the black experience in America is usually the same for all of us. Some of us is worse for, you know, some of us is a little bit better for. But as long as you're not the majority, you're always in your head, you're always at the mercy of the majority. When you're the minority, you're always at the mercy of a majority. So I just wanted them to see, like, look, we're told we're gonna make half as much. Every black person that we see at the top answers to another white person. That is just, it's only a couple black people that can cut checks that didn't get permission. And I just wanted them to see, in the middle of asking us, you're our brothers. It's like, okay, cool. I can't completely be your brother until you know my experience. Yeah. And it was just really trying to teach you guys, teach the other side my experience. And when I came out on it, I feel like it became more effective because I am one of the guys that I ain't stole from nobody. I ain't cheated nobody. I ain't never double dip. I did the honorable thing every time. And when I came out on it, I had bigger execs who I admired call me like, I'm glad it was you, because it's hard to receive a sad story, if you will, from anonymous. Because it's like, what if you are the victim type? Yeah. And everybody knows that one thing I'm not is the victim. Like, I'm not the victim of my circumstances. I'm the results of my circumstances are results of who I am. Thanks. So when I stood on it, it made more sense to a lot of people. But I mean, it's a work in progress, bro. Like, you know, we are making more money now because all streaming really did was monetize the mixtape culture that we all survived in.
Come on now.
So when people are like amazed at how black people are like running streaming, I'm like, nigga, we've been y'all streaming. Forgetting Lil Wayne was putting out mixtapes for free, and Drama and them was putting out mixtapes for free. Come on. And hoping that the store gave him $1 or $2 on it. Like, we are the kings of making it work with no options. Exactly. Because we are from the ghetto. That's right. It goes back to that whole thing. The ghetto we don't realize our value. Thanks. Because it's only a few people get up and leave. But when you realize that we are the ones that make it, you'll understand your power. And my goal is to make us see that and hopefully help a lot of us get there.
Answer me this though, Ray, because one thing about you that I've always admired and seen was your passion for the game. I've never seen you at a point to where you was like, fuck this shit, I quit, y'all can have it. What is it in you that keeps you passionate and motivated about what it is that you do? Because plenty of times I've been like, you know what, y'all can have this shit.
And when you say that, it's usually behind closed doors. Well, you talking to me then.
Come on.
No, I want to quit twice a week, at least. I want to quit twice a week. I feel defeated twice a week.
Twice a week,
I feel defeated twice a week. And the other, brother, just know this. What we doing is we're breaking generational curses. Like, sometimes I want to tell my white friends, I'm like, just the fact that you had a dad in the house gave you 75% chance better than they gave me to make it. You know, just because you had a mother that said, oh, you want to do this, or oh, you should do this, or oh, you should do that, it gave you an advantage that it didn't give us. So I'm trying to break generational curses. I'm also trying to help others break generational curses, but I'm also trying to find a way to take my value, take my what I'm doing higher. It's just a lot, man. It's like some days you just feel like quitting. Like, there's not a room that I go into where I'm not challenged to think. And that's really frustrating. It's frustrating. Sometimes I feel like a lawyer. Like, sometimes I feel like I gotta think for lawyers I'm on the phone with. Like, why don't we try this? Because in their mind, we're all, bro, when I tell you, say if I say to B-High right now, I'm going to be your partner. That don't mean I'm going to be your partner. That don't mean like, all right, man. That means whatever you have on you, I just took half of it off.
Come on,
I take
now.
it that serious. So when you give that kind of commitment to people, you're going to always want to quit. Because if you see somebody else not giving that kind of commitment to themselves.
Exactly.
It's like, damn, bro, we finally, it's like, this is the best way to describe it. Today, I manage B-High, and I manage my brother right here.
EJ the DJ.
EJ the DJ, right? I manage B-High to manage EJ. I just closed a deal for B-High. Matter of fact, hold up. I've been managing EJ for a year now.
Uh-huh.
I already made EJ a 6-figure check. EJ's good. Now I got B-High. I'm managing B-High now. I'm about to put a check in B-High hand. The day I put the check in B.I. hand, and B.I.'s like, Ray, thank you for everything you did. EJ is coming up like, my money's low now. Oh, shit. Like, bro, that's my life. My life is trying to monetize imperfect human beings who I can't manage 24/7.
Yep.
It's really hard. It's like, it's really difficult, bro. And, you know, I always say I'm managing something that could talk back. I'm managing something that could feel back. I'm managing something, I'm developing something that might get a girlfriend today who might have another agenda that I'm also fighting against. Shit. And at that point, sometimes you just want to quit. Yep. So twice a week, Ray Daniels is like, I can't do this shit.
How does Ray get his head back in the game though?
Then I realize, oh, what the hell else you gonna do? And then I think about the people that's before me and what they dealt with.
Yeah.
And then it makes you realize, you know, sometimes I gotta tap into what I built over the years and realize I've amassed a lot.
Facts.
Like, damn, B-High, like I made EJ $150,000 over the last 6 months of his money gone, but I didn't blow my money. Yeah. So you know what I'm about to go do? I'm about to go enjoy my fucking money.
Exactly.
Some days I might just go, honestly, I might just go enjoy my money. I might go enjoy what I built. I might go just indulge a little and have a good time, you know? Sometimes I might go take a nap. I don't know, bro. I'm going to find, because I know that I cannot quit. And I know that I don't, like I said, it goes back to that. My father's dead. Like dog, who do you call when you're trying to figure out what's, like, how do you now?
37.
37. Okay, cool. So who do you call once you pass the plateau of where your family set for you? Like, okay, they said
Jesus, God, the creator.
Exactly. And but then when you realize you dealing in the devil's playground a lot of times, like, who thinks about who thinks about how long it's gonna, like, nobody told me I was gonna be in the music business 16 years.
And I hate to cut you off, but what you said earlier when you were like, when I'm in my car, I'm listening to podcasts and I'm listening to audio books.
Yes.
That's how I get the information.
Brother, okay, so let me tell you me.
Yeah.
That's why it's no excuses. I'm gonna listen to someone who has been through more than me, and I'm gonna listen to their story. Because then they're giving you their 40-year story in a 3-hour book. Yeah. Okay, cool, I could do that. So now you realize this ain't nothing. Then I start writing things. I might write something down, then I might go look at something I wrote myself 2.5 years ago. Like, damn, when I was like, this is the hardest day of your life. How are you gonna get through this? And I'm like, damn, you got through it. Yeah. So sometimes you gotta realize that life ain't perfect. No script is perfect, and shit is gonna happen. And you gotta, I think where I'm at now in life is I'm trying to learn how to smile through that shit. Because you're not gonna wake up and everything's gonna be right. Yeah. You know, all you can really do is hope. Like I said, it goes back to what I said when I started the music industry. All you can do is hope to honor your position, honor your relationships, honor the people in your life the best way you know how. Because sometimes that might not be perfect. Yep. You know, like sometimes that might not be perfect, or sometimes they might think you're a bad person, and you're like, nah, I'm just tired of being a good person to you. Yeah. You know, real talk.
Come on now.
Like I was on the phone with a friend of mine today who owes me all types of money, calls me for money all the time. And today he called me, and he was like, man, how you doing? And I was like, I'm good, man. He was like, I just want to check on you, man. I was like, you should do this more. Because if you did this more, I probably wouldn't mind giving you money. Come on. And I was like, and I referenced The Godfather. I'm like, The Godfather, by the way, if you got to watch The Godfather for all the life lessons, because it starts off with a guy at his wedding, his daughter's wedding, the Godfather at his daughter's wedding, and the guy saying, I need help. And he's saying to him, don't call me your friend.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend. Friends check on each other. Friends talk to each other. You don't ask me how my kids are doing. You don't come check on me. You don't come do that to me. And that's what a friend would do. You come to me and ask me for something, and then you run away from me because you're really afraid of me.
Yeah.
You might be, whatever reason it is, you fear me. And that's why I told my friend today, I'm like, bro, I'm your friend since we was kids.
Yeah.
Bro, the money you ask me for is not major to me.
Yeah.
But it's, when the last time you brought your kids over there to play with mine?
Yeah.
Like, when the last time you brought your kid? Yeah, you're right. I know I'm right. Like, I'm fucking human. I'm not a bank.